What is up, guys? Anthony here, and welcome to my live reaction and review to Detective Conan, chapter 1053, Light. Alright, guys, so in my last chapter, which has been taken down due to copyright reasons, don't know why. We got the last two chapters, and the two biggest things that are going down is the whole thing with Bourbon and the teacher, Wakasa Sensei. You know, Wakasa Sensei, we figured out that she had a Bishop Shogi piece, and the Bishop Shogi piece is kind of like the number 2, 3 number piece on the Shogi board. So, a few things that I got told in the comments of that video is that, well, this could potentially be a red herring, setting this up to make it look like that, but not actually being what we're all thinking. You never know. You never know. So, I don't know. I'm still leaning towards that Wakasa Rumi is Rum, just because the name. A lot of things are kind of lining up for that, but we're going to have to wait and see, guys. So, I don't think we're going to get Rum's identity straight away. Another thing when it came to the case, why are all those guys there? One of the thing was a Scud missile. I don't think it's that, because that doesn't explain the TNT. But anyway, let's get into this week's chapter, guys. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are as well. Let's do this. So this is case part 3, fallen branches and a long, shallow ditch. Where do these puzzling clues lead? Ooh, a ditch. Could it maybe be a meteorite? It might be something like that. That would make a bit more sense. You know, the light in the sky. Yeah, that would make a bit more sense. Like a meteorite or a meteor. Something like that would make more sense. File 1053, light. Bingo. A meteorite? There we go. Confirmation right off the back. Are you saying that the 3 men who were on the bus with us came here for a meteorite? So we're down in where the corpse is and everything. The reason for the hole in the wall on the chicken farm and the traces of something having been buried nearby is that after the meteorite broke through the wall and buried itself in the ground, someone fixed up the soil. Okay? And what Ayumi-chan saw, the countless scattered burnt branches and the long shallow ditch on the ground are also proof of it. Okay, now everything's starting to make sense, because obviously a meteorite, super hot, when it hits a tree, you know, it comes through the trees, it would burn the sticks and everything. Okay, trapped with the faintest of lights, yet the true identities of those three become clearer. Okay, then the video that man was watching on the bus, it probably wasn't a sci-fi film, but rather a video of a falling meteor that had been uploaded to the net. And the voice saying, "Who is it who's setting off rocket fireworks in the middle of the mountains?" tells me that the one who uploaded the video didn't realize that it was a meteor. Okay, but for meteorite hunters, a video like that is basically a treasure map. After all, if the video's location is shared, they can go and search out the meteorite. Meteorites are very rare for them to hit the ground. A lot of them just kind of burn up in our atmosphere, so they're quite valuable if they actually make it to the ground. A meteorite's treasure then? Yes, it does vary depending on the type and size. But there are even meteorites going for tens of millions. That much? Yeah, because it's stuff that you don't really come across. I see. That's why the man got so angry when Subaraya-kun recorded that video, right? Yes. If that video were to be re-uploaded, it's possible that it would catch the eye of other meteorite hunters and lead them here. It's finders keepers, after all. Well, from what I saw on the bus, okay, I'd say the stocky gentleman is in it for the money, the lean one with the long chin is a writer for a magazine related to outer space, and the old man with glasses is probably a meteorist. Okay? But what does a meteorite have to do with us being locked up down here? Seems like we have no choice but to trust them to figure that out. So we've got them knocking. So we've got Wakasa, we've got Genta, and Ayama? Yeah. No, Haibara. Sorry, where did I get Ayama from? Edogawa-kun, we snuck into the office. Right now, we're at the trapdoor that leads to the basement. Okay? But there's a large, sturdy looking padlock on it. I don't think we'll be able to open it. What about a phone? Is there one over there? I think I saw 2 or 3 while we were being taken here. Let me check. Alright, so she's going to look for a phone. There's obviously none in the storage room, which leads to the basement. There are 3 in the adjacent room, okay, with desks in it, but they're all out of commission. I see. Well, this farm was scheduled to be demolished after all. Alright? So now we're going into the actual thing, like why did they get locked down here? Could it be that that guy wants the media and this is his way of kind of limiting the amount of people? Is there a journal or a notepad in there? The things you're looking for are probably saved on the computer, but we can't access it without the password. There are all sorts of things scattered on the floor, but it's already dusk, so it's a bit dark in here. Then I'll switch the lights on. No, don't turn the lights on! Eh? The guy who looked us up could be watching from somewhere. If you turn the light on, it'll tip him off that there's someone in the office. Okay. Alright, so we got the guy there. So we got the guy who's locked him in. He's looking back. Everything's still shut off. Would you say we give up looking for that guy and go there by ourselves? It's getting dark after all. But he might be heading towards the same place. We really ought to look for him. What if he has an accident? You're right. Hey, is there anyone out there? Please, can you holler? So it looks like they're looking for that stocky guy. But okay, so going back to Haibara. I really can't look around like this. The light from the wristwatch isn't anywhere near enough. Then close the curtains first. But then it'll get even darker. Just do it. So we've got Wakasa Sensei, she's closing it. Okay, does anyone have water and milk on them? I have mineral water. I have milk with me. Okay. Put some milk into the water. Looks gross. Give it a good shake. You gonna drink that? And if you put the pet bottle over the wristwatch light, okay. Oh, awesome. It's really bright. So it looks like he's made like a torch. Alright, he made a torch with water and milk. Alright. With this, it's a fair bit brighter so I can see better. Alright. But how? It's the Tyndall effect. It's one of the physiochemical phenomena that occur due to the characteristics of light. Right? The light goes through the mixture, hitting the particles within the water, which cause the light to scatter and reflect in different directions. Is the elementary school curriculum that advanced nowadays? Yes, well, I've never taught that. And she's like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know that. Obviously, as we know, Conan's a lot older. Alright. All these documents strewn around the floor are related to meteorites. There are highlighter marks everywhere. The highlight pen was trampled on and broken, causing the ink to be spilled. Is it a yellow highlighter? Yeah, it is. Since it was trampled on, does that mean there are shoe prints? Yes. Looks like prints from hiking boots to me. They're plastered all over these documents. Hiking boots? Okay. All 3 of those men were wearing them. Okay. There are also marks where something must have hit the floor. But what could it have been? Maybe it was that. Dude, they found the meteorite. That strange stone under the desk. There's also a strange stone over here. So it looks like Wakasa Sensei has grabbed it. Oh. Ooh, so he's got like a complete meteorite. Oh, they fit perfectly together. Looks like someone threw the stone to the floor, causing it to break. Is that a meteorite? Wow, treasure. But why did they break it? Haibara, do you have anything magnetic? Yes, I've got a compass. Okay, put it next to the stone. Alright. It's not reacting at all. then it's highly likely that it's not a meteorite. Meteorites have a much higher iron concentration than terrestrial rocks, so they are generally attracted by magnets. But this stone looks just like the picture of the power something stone on the floor. That confirms it must be a fake. A palisite is a type of stony iron meteorite. There's no way a magnet wouldn't react to it. Okay? So it's a fake. I see. So that's why those three men on the bus brought magnets with them. You saw them with magnets? Yeah. When we got off the bus, I heard a clacking sound. And when I turned around to look, alright, so he's got all the magnets together. Each of them had a magnet hanging from their backpack. And those magnets got stuck to each other, making me laugh. Well, if they're looking for meteorites, it makes sense that they'd have a magnet on them. Looking closely, the colour has faded on several parts of the stone. Someone must have painted it so it resembled a real palisite meteorite. But who? I think we're starting to figure out what's going on here. The guy who's locked them down there, he's making fake meteorites, and that's how he's probably going to make a lot of money like that. Make the money, run, dash, and disappear. But who? The obvious suspect would be the farm owner, considering he was so broke he was selling off the farm. But there are lots of magnets on the desk. What's the point of them if they won't even stick to the fake meteorite? Could it be that someone swapped it with the real one? Okay. To figure how much it's worth, the farm owner who picked the meteorite up found someone on the internet who appeared to be a meteorite expert and entrusted them with the meteorite for appraisal. When that person later returned the meteorite, they claimed it was just an ordinary stone. The farm owner refused to accept this and insisted they appraise it again, but he was turned down. That's likely when the highlighter was dropped and stepped on. Okay. Later, upon noticing that the magnets didn't react to the meteorite anymore, he examined it more closely and saw that it was nothing but a coloured stone. Realizing that he had been scared, he committed suicide in his despair. Peter, your deduction, it really is off the mark, isn't it? I'm sorry. No, that seems fairly accurate. I think so too. It's like, huh? It's like, what? No way! I got it right? Like, whoa! I can just see him going, yeah! Doing like a happy dance and everything. I can say that. This basement is equipped with a rest room. Despite having been down here for quite some time, you haven't asked us for food or water. Which means that you'd already been provided for, right? Yes, some bread and water. In other words, he doesn't actually want to kill us. Then why did he lock us in here? He doesn't want anyone to interfere. When he takes revenge on the scammer who drove his brother to suicide. Revenge? How? You mentioned something about him stealing some explosives. Don't tell me he'll use those, huh? Come to think of it. Alright, so it looks like this guy is planning to kill one of these three guys. Come to think of it, in the place where I saw those burnt tree branches, there were a lot of long, narrow things wrapped around the tree trunks. Are you sure? Yeah. Something was wrapped around them to hide them, but there were lots and lots of them. Don't tell me. He plans to lure the meteorite hunters there and blow them to smithereens. Alright. So he's planning to lead them to this particular spot and then just, I'm blowing up. There you are. I finally found you. I've been looking for you all over. Sorry, but I have no intention of teaming up with you guys. The meteorite, right? Huh? I'll lead you to the place where it fell. Though, personally, I have no interest in that kind of thing. Okay? Alright, so it looks like he's found the other guy and he's leading him there now. Ayushan, do you remember where the place of all the burnt tree branches was? Yeah. You just need to go straight after entering the forest next to the building where the chickens were kept. Come to think of it, it's also the place where I got hit from behind after losing sight of that man. Okay. So Hyra's looking out the window. There are 4 lights moving in the forest. Looks like he's planning to take all 3 of them there. Hybara, Are there any red and blue oil markers and scotch tape over there? There are markers in the pen stand on the desk. There's tape inside the drawer. So we got, what do you plan to do? Those things, I'm going to have you create a magical light that will shine upon the culprit and who drove the farm owner to suicide. With time being of the essence, what's Conan's plan? Next issue, a resolution and a cover page. Ooh, that's actually quite interesting. I'm kind of curious as at who it's going to be. So he would have sent it off for. I'm just going back, but anyway, guys, I'm going to talk about this in the breakdown. So I'll see you guys in the breakdown. Alright guys, so Detective Conan chapter 1053. I'm quickly just heading back because there's something I'm trying to find. But yeah, so basically we've got the general gist of what's going on. The corpse that's in the thing, he committed suicide. We know the younger brother is here for revenge, and his whole plan is he's going to kill the person who scammed his brother out of the meteorite, because the meteorite fell. The brother found it, got it evaluated, and he got scammed and the guy stole it. So he's trying to figure out who stole it, and it's one of these three guys, right? I'm just trying to find where it. Okay, here we go. So we've got right off the back. We can get a clue as who it could have been the one who would have took. First off it's the big guy. He's just in it for the money. So potentially it could have been him just doing a conning the guy into saying that he's an expert and then going out. The skinny guy, he's a magazine writer. Potentially, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the last one is the old guy, who's probably a meteorist. So he's someone who specializes and would actually have degrees and proof, like actual legit proof that he's an expert. So my gut is leaning towards either the guy for the money or the older guy. That's where my gut is very much leading to, because the older guy, he was the one that's in the money. He's the one who cracked the shit because one of the kids recorded him watching the meteor going across the street, across his phone and stuff like that, and having it being re-uploaded. You know, that would have been a detriment to him finding it and all that kind of jazz. But the only way I think it could lean to maybe the magazine guy is the rock that the guy got given back was painted. So he could potentially maybe have painted it, done something along those lines, and gotten away with it. So the question is going to be, obviously the younger brother doesn't know who it is. He knows it's one of these three guys, but he doesn't know who. So he plans on basically killing all of them by blowing them all up. Which is really interesting because now Conan and everything need to get out to try and stop this, but the simple plan is basically Conan's going to get Haibara to... Where is it? I'm just going to... basically make a light, right? And what he's going to do is using red and blue oil markers and duct tape. Alright, and basically tape. So somehow with those items, Haibara's going to build something to basically show, alright, this person is the culprit. I'm not 100% sure who the culprit is, just because I don't know yet. There's still a lot that could... I believe there's probably a lot of clues here that we could see, but I am thinking it's more the bigger guy than anything else. He seems more like a con man type thing, so I'm thinking it's more him than anything else. But I'm really curious as to, you know, especially with seeing that, like, in the one picture, there's one picture, I'm not sure, on page 15, where he goes, the meteorite, right? I'll lead you to the place where it fell, right? So we got the older guy going, like, huh? We got the magazine going, like, huh? And then we got the big guy like, oh boy, like, kind of freaked out. So I'm really curious as who it could be and how this is going to play out. But anyway, guys, overall, the art was solid. Very solid art, as with Detective Conan always is. My gut is telling me it's the larger guy, just because out of everything, he's the only one that's really kind of butted heads with everything. I'm curious about what this little trick that Conan has come up with is how it's going to figure out how it's going to work. So I'm curious about that. But yeah, like a meteorite, valuable. That sounds like a pretty good reason. It's a revenge killing. That's like it. But overall, guys, I'm going to give this chapter 3 stars. It was an average chapter. Nothing great. Nothing brilliant. I still want to see more with the Wakasa Sensei bourbon aspect to it. That's something I'm more interested in than the actual case. But yeah, I'm really curious about how this is going to play out over the next chapter, which is when we're going to get our resolution. Anyway, guys, that is all for me. Let me know in that comment section below. And as always, guys, I'm Anthony. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.